That which is done out of love always takes place beyond good and evil by Friedrich Nietzsche. Friedrich Nietzsche was a philosopher known for his provocative ideas about morality, love, and human behavior. One of his most famous quotes, "That which is done out of love always takes place beyond good and evil," touches upon his complex views on love and ethics. Let's break this idea down into simple terms and explore what Nietzsche may have meant by this, and how it applies to our everyday lives. Nietzsche's philosophy often challenged traditional ideas about morality, especially those shaped by religion or societal norms. To him, concepts of good and evil were not fixed or universal but were created by human cultures over time. In many of his works, Nietzsche argued that humans were restricted by these artificial ideas of right and wrong, especially when it came to their personal desires and emotions. He believed that true human expression went beyond these conventional rules. Now, when Nietzsche says that actions motivated by love exist beyond good and evil, he suggests that love operates on a different level than traditional morality. Love, in its purest form, is so powerful and transformative that it transcends the typical judgments we make about whether something is right or wrong. In simple terms, Nietzsche is saying that when we act out of love, whether it is for another person, a passion, or a cause, we are no longer bound by the same moral rules we normally follow. Love, in his view, is a force that goes beyond society's labels of good and evil because it comes from a deeper, more instinctual place within us. Let's break down this idea even further with a few real-life examples to make it more relatable. Imagine a mother's love for her child. A mother will do anything to protect her child, even if it means breaking rules or going against what society might consider right. For example, if a mother were to steal food to feed her starving child, most people would hesitate to call her actions evil, even though stealing is generally considered wrong. In this case, her actions are motivated by love, and that love operates outside the usual boundaries of morality. Another example could be someone following their passion or calling in life, even if society doesn't approve. Think of an artist or inventor who dedicates their life to their work, even if it means being misunderstood or criticized by others. From the outside, people might judge their choices as irresponsible or selfish because they don't fit into society's idea of a good life. But, if their work is driven by genuine love and passion, Nietzsche would argue that their actions are beyond conventional ideas of good or bad. In Nietzsche's view, love is a higher form of motivation because it comes from a place of authenticity and personal truth. When we act out of love, we are being true to ourselves in a way that societal rules often prevent. This does not mean that anything done in the name of love is automatically justified, but rather that love, as Nietzsche saw it, is a force that cannot be confined by the narrow definitions of good and evil created by human culture. It's a deeper, more instinctive drive that connects us to our true nature. It's important to note that Nietzsche didn't mean love only in the romantic sense. He used the term love broadly to describe any deep, genuine commitment, whether it is love for another person, a passion for life, or dedication to a personal calling. Love, in this context, is about following what truly matters to you, even if it doesn't align with conventional moral standards. Let's also think about how this idea applies to everyday life and human behavior. Often, we feel torn between what society expects from us and what we genuinely desire or feel passionate about. Whether it's choosing a career, making decisions in relationships, or deciding how to spend our time, There are times when our choices might be seen as a wrong by others but feel absolutely right to us. According to Nietzsche, in these moments, we should trust the deeper motivations of love rather than the restrictive rules of morality. For example, pursuing a career that your family or society doesn't approve of might be seen as irresponsible or selfish. But if it's something you truly love, something that makes you feel alive and fulfilled, then Nietzsche's philosophy would encourage you to follow that path, because it exists beyond society's notions of good or evil. Similarly, in personal relationships, we often have to make tough choices about what is best for ourselves and the people we care about. Society might have its own opinions about what makes a relationship good or bad, but if your actions come from a place of genuine love, Nietzsche suggests that they transcend those judgments. It's not always easy to act out of love, especially when doing so means going against the grain or defying societal expectations. But for Nietzsche, this is where true freedom lies, when we are able to act from our authentic selves, beyond the narrow definitions of morality that have been imposed on us. Nietzsche's idea encourages us to think deeply about what motivates our actions. Are we following rules simply because they are expected, or are we making choices based on what we truly love and value? His philosophy challenges us to be more self-aware and to question the reasons behind our behavior. In conclusion, Nietzsche's statement, "That which is done out of love always takes place beyond good and evil," invites us to rethink the way we understand love and morality. Love, in its purest form, is a powerful force that transcends societal rules and expectations. When we act out of love, we are operating on a different level, one that is not bound by traditional notions of right and wrong. At the end of the day, Nietzsche's philosophy encourages us to trust in the power of love as a guiding force in our lives, even if it means going against what society expects of us. By doing so, we can live more authentically and connect with our true selves. If you enjoyed this discussion on Nietzsche's ideas and would like to hear more thought-provoking content, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this one.